Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I have Tribe Gaming versus eleVen Original for you guys, and this match happened in the ESL Meisterschaft. What exactly, what tournament is that? And this is basically a German tournament, or ESL tournament for German teams, kind of like the Mobile Open for the US teams. And there are two groups. The first group you guys can see right now on your screen. The second group, I won't show that just yet because otherwise I would spoil the result already. And this is the group B then, where we are playing in. In the end, everything is going to finish up in a playoff bracket, obviously. And we will see 10 weeks of matches, so amazing time ahead of us. Overall, there's a prize money involved of 20k euros, so a lot of prize money on the line. So super excited for that. To be honest, I would love to see that in an international tournament or like format, kind of like a pro league or something like that. That would be super cool for Clash of Clans esports. But at least for now, we're just enjoying that German tournament. Like I said, kind of similar to the Mobile Open, but obviously with like a different format and bracket and everything. So super exciting stuff. Yesterday we had the first match day for Group B. If you guys want to watch those always live, they are going to be streamed on Tuesday, on Wednesday in the evening for European time. Well, if you want to check those out, make sure to go on Twitch. I think maybe next week they're going to be streamed in English as well. We have to see and wait for that. But for now, let's get started with the first match which we want to take a look at, which is Tribe Gaming versus eleVen Original. So one of the, or few of the two powerhouses in Germany. Starting off, it is going to be eleVen Original with Kalle. And, well, he's attacking me. And he's starting off with the Yeti Blim, which is getting, I would guess, more and more unpopular. Because, like, the Town Hall is a little bit harder to get and stuff like that. So it's getting more unpopular, and a lot of people are going back to Siege Barracks if they're going for the Queen Charge Hybrid. Kalle meanwhile decided to go with the Queen Charge Hybrid with the Yeti Blim. So a nice thing to see. He has to use an rage early on, and one nice thing which I saw at the top side is like the Yeti for the funnel. He kind of predicted a Tesla farm over there, which weren't really happening. But if the Tesla farm would have been over there, this would have been really nice way to get rid of the Tesla over there, to make sure that the Queen is actually going inside. So really, really well planned on the Yeti over there. Now a couple of Rage Loons to make sure that all of the Black Mines are getting soaked up. And he's actually triggering 2 freaking Black Mines. So crazy value on those Coconut Loons. Nicely done, sadly for us. And yeah, so far the attack is looking really good for him. He is going to Queen Charge the Town Hall really soon, and then he can get started with his hybrid kinda. So next thing which is going to happen is on the right side, he's starting off with his hybrid, freezing the scatter shot early on. At the bottom side you can see the enemy king going to funnel everything. Meanwhile the Queen already took out the enemy, or like my own Town Hall, and now we have all of the Hawk Riders and miners coming into the second scatter shot. Meanwhile, the Queen is using her ability, and now she's getting rotated into the other 2 Inferno Towers and into the ground skeleton trap which triggered over there, so she can't go anywhere else. She's going to die for sure, and now everything is relying on those Hawk Riders and miners to finish the job for this one. And it's not looking too bad, even though the 2 Inferno Towers, or like even 3 Inferno Towers are still up. It's not too much splash damage from now on, so that's totally alright. He still has a heal and a freeze bar, which is tons of spells for him. So bomb towers getting triggered by the Royal Champ. Nothing to care over, like nothing to worry about over there. Now the hybrid is splitting a bit more. Another skeleton trap over there. And so far it's looking really good for him. And yeah, the miners and the goblin at the bottom to make sure that all of the cleanup is going on. And the miners are going to finish at the top side. The Royal Champ is still alive as well. So this should be enough. 25 seconds still left. The only bad thing for him is this one army camp at 8 o'clock. And this army camp is going to decide everything. Is this going to be a time fail, or is this going to be a triple? Super close on time. Around about 10 seconds still left. Only the army camp still alive. And this is going to be a race for the clock. This is going to be so close, 4-2. And this means this is going to be a 99% eleVen original starting off with a 99% time fell. This hurts, but at the same time, it's not too bad. I mean, obviously, triple would have been way better, but still, 99% 2 stars. This is at least a lot of pressure on us regarding the percentage game. So we have to kind of triple to get somehow in the lead. Otherwise, it was a totally fine attack, at least a totally fine beginning for for eleVen original. Now we have EveJack coming in, and he's doing the Yeti smash, which he's so famous for, and now taking out all of this at the top side, sending in the healers as well to make sure that his warden is staying alive, and now going for the Town Hall. The Inferno Tower is out of range, so this means he doesn't need to worry about the Inferno Tower. That's totally alright, and as soon as the Town Hall is down, he can get started with like the funnel and the follow-up for his Yeti smash, because he's bringing Yetis and boulders. He's sending in the siege barracks with the P.E.K.K.A. on the left side to make sure that the funnel is set up, using a couple of loons to even get rid of the archer tower to make sure that the pathing for his Yetis is perfect, using a jump spell instead of the wall break over there, which is kind of interesting. And how everything is getting in there. The eleVen original guys thought, or like kind of predicted on that entry, or like on that base, that we would go with something on air, like some sort of dragon attacks or Suilalo, because they had actually 4 ground expos. So they thought, well, they will most likely go with air. They predicted that, and because of that, they had like a mass archer and a Bay Dragon CC, which obviously for like a Yeti smash is kind of useless. So he was lucky on that, kind of predicting the other way around, that there might be some sort of trash CC in there. And this was a really nice prediction by EveJack. And now the troops kind of died out. This means he's only his 4 heroes still left, couple of healers and a couple of spells, which means like 2 more freezes and obviously 2 more hero abilities to play with. So this is going to be really close. Tornado Trap is actually catching or like holding back the Royal Champion at the 6 o'clock sign. So this is going to be really close. First freeze is getting placed to make sure that he doesn't need to use his Queen ability for the enemy Inferno Tower, the Royal Champion ability early on, and since there are no skeleton traps around the single Inferno Tower, his own Royal Champion can easily clear out the enemy single Inferno Tower, can clear out the last couple of buildings and defenses, and this means, even though it didn't really look like this is going to be a triple in the end, so even though Yeti Smash is in the beginning super powerful, you need to be able to have like the last couple of spells and hero abilities. That timing of those is super important, and EveJack highlighted that perfectly on this attack. So nicely done by him. And this is the first triple for us. This means we're leading with 1 star and with 1 percentage point. So still a close war. Everything can still happen. So Eve is eleVen original is going to attack next. And let's see what they can bring up to the table. So next attack is going to be Knowledge, and he's coming in with the Yeti Smash as well. He's starting off with a couple of loons in the 10 o'clock side, trying to funnel over there, and then trying to wall break his Yeti squad kind of in at the 11 o'clock side. And he has the blimp as well, which means it seems like he does not want to enter the town compartment actually with his Yeti Smash. So first off, King is placed. There's the Tesla farm around the gold storage at the 12 o'clock side, which gives him a little bit of struggle, but he's nicely predicted that with his king, using that for the funnel on the outside, and now everything is going in. The queen is going in as well, because there's this huge gap on the left side, so everything is going in, everything's looking good so far. There is a couple of archers and ice golems in the CC. Warden ability used nice and early to make sure that everything is staying alive, and obviously the Yeti blimp is actually making to that town hall. So nicely done so far. The Yeti blimp is taking out the town hall. I don't know if the rage was actually needed, to be honest, at the town hall. Not sure about that. I guess he just wants to take out the expo over there for sure. Otherwise, just for taking out the town hall, I do not think the rage was needed. Now 2 more springs in the core are getting triggered by the Yetis, which means he's losing 2 more springs. And on the right side, he's losing the Royal Champion as well, because on this single Inferno Tower, there was actually a ground skeleton. So those ground skeletons next to single Inferno Towers are so freaking important, especially if you want to deal with those Royal Champions. Those Royal Champions otherwise will just melt through all of the single Inferno Towers, which is so important to protect, especially against all of those heroes. The next thing which are going to happen is basically just cleanup, because he has only his queen left, kind of like EveJack, but at the same time he has way less queen ability, or like way less hero abilities left anymore, and not that many spells, which basically means no spells at all, and obviously like no more loons or whatsoever. So only the one giant and a couple of wizards, which he's placing right now for even more percentage. Because like I said, even though he has still 50 seconds to go on this attack, there's no chance of getting the triple because he used already the queen ability. This means the single front tower at the top side for sure will finish up the job. So nicely done on the defense for us. Around about 88%, which isn't too bad either, but still, we are 1 star in the lead so far because we got the triple in the beginning. So let's see if we can finish up on that. The next one who is going to attack is Wasman, and he's coming in with a Yeti Smash as well, but he's bringing bats in the mix. So let's see how exactly he's going to enter this base. And he's starting actually off at the Yeti Blimp bait location, with this super nice, black mine. God damn it, this black mine. So we already kind of predicted that there might be a Tesla farm or something like that over there. Maybe even the tornado trap, because this was just way too obvious with like the single inferno tower and the clan castle lure and everything. No sweeper pointing that way, so it had to be baited. So though that was kind of obvious, he's taking care of all of this with his warden, and the next step for him is to actually enter the base around the eagle to make sure that he's getting access to this really long open part of the base. Then you guys might wonder, he's bringing bats for the backend. How exactly is he dealing with the town hall? And he's bringing a super goblin blimp, but actually like anti-giant bomb. So the only purpose of this blimp is going to take down the town hall. So for this you need 6 barbarians, you need 2 minions, and then you could bring 5 super goblins, and then something like a dragon or whatever. He's bringing a Yeti in there as well. So make sure to watch this this blimp. Blimp is crossing, or like is flying over the Yeti Smash. He's using the rage for the Yetis kind of aggressively, which means that there's no rage anymore for his blimp. Now the blimp is getting opened. The giant bomb is getting triggered, but so far there was no super goblins in there because, or like there were no super goblins released yet, because like I said, the barbarians are coming out first, triggering the giant bomb, and this means the super goblins can easily clear the town hall after that without using any spells. So nicely done by Wasman, and now the bats are coming in. The only thing which can somehow save this defender is the lava hound, but so far the lava hound is not getting triggered, which is good for him. The bats are swarming the back end. He's using the royal champion to help the bats over here out, and so far it's looking really good. He still has 1 freeze left to help his troops. He's using that in a second on the enemy royal champ, just to make sure that she is stopping attack his bats over there. And now he's still saving. He's now still holding on the royal champ ability because he wants to use that for the cleanup, because the town hall is already really low. Thank you for the message, device. Thank you very much. And now we have the royal champion and the bats cleaning all of the things up. On the left side, meanwhile, we see the wizards actually opening up or like killing the lava hound, which means all of the lava pups are getting released. So this is getting really close. Royal champ ability is getting used now. Really low HP on the clan castle, but the bad thing is that the royal champion shield is actually flying to the bats, which messes up the attack, and this means there's going to be another 99 in this war. So there's no chance Eve can just say, okay, we had bad luck on the first one, because, well, I guess we have bad luck too. Really sad to see that the royal champion shield is actually going to the lava pups over there. So that was a bit of unlucky, but 99% 2 stars isn't too bad. So far we're still really good looking. And let's see what Mark, like the next attacker of eleVen Original, can do. And they are actually going for Suilalo, which is always a pleasure to watch. So let's see what exactly they have in mind for this one. The king is looking like, or like the king is supposed to go around the outside, clear out of the trash, make sure that there's a nice pathing for the queen, and later on the royal champion into the base, maybe even tank for the royal champion a little bit more. And let's see where exactly he wants to wall break. He has 1 super wall breaker with him, so that means he wants to take care of that. The enemy, or like the king, is taking out the enemy royal champion already, which is already a nice thing to have if you're thinking about Suilalo. And as soon as that's done, the king is still going on, still taking care of those outside buildings, and now the giant is coming in to tank for the king and tank for the royal champion, which is even more important, to take out the elephants and the eagle, which is super important in this one. Queen meanwhile is taking out the scattershot at the top side, and this is looking really good. Now you guys think maybe about like, well, this one air sweeper is still looking annoying. Well, this is what the royal champion ability is there for. So really nicely done over there. Now the electron is coming in. I'm not really sure about the electron over here. Electron is taking care nicely of all of the defenses, but the electro dragon is actually activated already the town hall, which is not really needed. Like, I don't know. And now the electro dragon is stuck on the king, which means there's no value anymore in the electro dragon. He needs to freeze the town hall, and now the warden is getting distracted in any second with the electro dragon using the warden ability too early, and the warden is still like being completely confused about where to follow. And well, this means that this is not going to be a triple. I think either way, since the pathing wasn't perfect for the loons, the last scatter shot would have defended this anyway, but still the warden wasn't really following perfectly. I think he a little bit panicked with the warden ability as well, that the warden might not follow, so warden ability was way too early as well, which means yeah, the biggest group of loons were not protected. Either way, this is not a triple, and that's kind of the important message for this war. So high percentage once again for EVE, but not this triple which they need so badly to get back into this war. So let's see what we can do, and let's see how this war is going to end, and well, let's see how the war is going to finish. So let's jump over to the next attacker, who is going to be Xylis for the Tribe Gaming crew. And if you guys are wondering where exactly like those other guys are, like Lexnos, Nick, and Hex, kind of similar to the Mobile Open. This is for mainly German players, kind of like the Mobile Open is mainly for the US players. So we decided, okay, let's use like a different team, the same as they are doing. And this is the team which we're using right now. Xylis, Ziggy, Warsman, EveJack, and me. So this is kind of the Tribe Gaming Germany team in that sense. And Xylis over here is going for the drag bat, kind of like the Nick attack on this one. And what he's doing over here, he's deciding to use the Royal Champion really early on, and basically only for final purposes for his queen later on, the king on the other side. And this means Royal Champion on the right, king on the left, and then the queen in between to actually get the town hall down. That's kind of the purpose of the queen over here. So this is going to be interesting if he can take all of this, because if he's taking out of the defenses which he actually is aiming for, he's taking out a wizard tower, an air defense, the town hall, and the warden, which are all super important buildings considering using a dragon attack. So far it's looking really good, except this really annoying skeleton trap. So he has to freeze the enemy warden to make sure that his queen is having enough HP to actually clear out the town hall, and then if it's possible, clear out the air defense as well. That would be super awesome if the queen could somehow clear out the air defense, and it's super close. Air defense is going down, and this means this attack so far is looking amazing. The dragons are coming in, the loons are coming in as well, but now it's once again, all of you guys are already doing, or like already did a couple of dragon attacks. You know that the warden right now is super bad on dragons. He's always drifting to the side and not really following the big majority of the groups. So he's using the warden ability really early to make sure that somehow those dragons are staying in the warden ability, and the warden ability is at least blocking something. Now the bats for the back end, but sadly there's the tornado trap actually rotating all of the loons and the bats away from the last remaining defenses. So this is getting kind of tricky over here. The bats didn't really get too much value, but the important thing is that like 1 million dragons are still alive and going through that core, easily overpowering the last remaining defenses. And this is looking really good for Xylis. This should be the next triple for us. And this means so far we are 100% a triple, 99% 2-star, and another triple. So this is looking really good for us. eleVen original so far with the 99, and then like 2 high percentage 2-stars. So they need to triple the next one. Otherwise, this is looking way too good for us. So let's see on what exactly the next attacker of EVE is bringing to the table, and let's see if they can somehow get back into this war. The next attacker for eleVen original is going to be Mark, if I'm not completely wrong with that. Yep, no, it's Luis. Okay, I'm sorry. Luis is going to be the next attacker. Mark already attacked with the Electron. This one is going to be another Suilalo Electron attack for the eleVen original guys that really like those lava, air attacks. So let's see how this one will finish up. He's having one Super Wall Breaker as well, which means he wants to Wall Break his queen somewhere. And he's sending actually a couple of loons already on the 3 o'clock side. Kind of surprised about that. I don't know why exactly he's doing that. Maybe for triggering already some black mines for later on for the Electron. Let's see how that will go. King meanwhile is clearing out the outside trash buildings and already the outside defending buildings like the archer towers and cannons over there. Now the queen is taking care of the enemy royal champions. He has a ability left, so this is looking really good for him. Black mine is going for the next loon, and the tornado trap is already triggered as well. So crazy big value for his Sui over there. Now the Electron is coming in. No royal champion placed yet. Rage, clone, and poison. Another clone, so 2 clone spells actually on this one, which is a lot of spells. But the bad thing about this is that he had his blimp going way too deep into the base, and this means that the clan cards already came out. So the queen is still alive because the Electro Dragon targeted the enemy archers, and this is going to be really pain to come back to because the enemy queen still is alive. There's still some, either a lava hound or some more ice golems in there, so he can't really send in his royal champion to support his loons or like support his main squad because the enemy queen can't be killed at this point. And well, the loons are trying to get down the town hall. Town hall is going down, which means this is not going to be a once or anything, but this won't be close to a triple, which means this is not really good for Eve. And this already means as long as we're not messing up anything of the last 2 attacks, this should be a win for us, which is awesome going into this entire tournament. Like I said, we have a kind of like, I think 10-week long group phase going on. So going already into the first match with the first win is amazing. Already like the first, you can go a little bit more relaxed into the next couple of matches, obviously with having already the first win of the board. And going to the playoffs as the first team is a huge advantage. So that will be always nice, especially because if you're not first in the group, you might end up facing alternate attacks, which I guess no one wants to do right now in the tournament. So this would be awesome to finish up first, but let's get back to the war. Next attacker is going to be Ziggy, and he's going to attack this base with Queen Charge Hybrid again. And this one is looking kind of interesting, let's say like this, because he's using his queen super late. So you're already on voice and like, place your queen. Like he could have placed his queen already way earlier, obviously, but he wasn't sure about the funnel at the top side. Now he's kind of happy with how the funnel was looking like, and now all of the troops are coming in as planned. The Rage, to make sure that the queen is staying alive. The Wall Breaker is opening up nicely all of the walls over there, which means he has access to all of the expos, which is kind of the important thing. And now really nicely placed Wizard at the top left with a minion, which is super clutch because you guys will see in a second, his queen might have went to the outside, but with the elixir storage going down, she is staying on the inside. And this was kind of the important part about this one. Already placed the siege perks at the top, at the bottom right side in your screen. And now she's going to encounter the enemy queen. Clan Castle not lured yet, but still looking really good. The last rage is getting placed. So far everything is looking pretty good for him. He lost already tons of feeders to black mines because he had to invest so many loons into the funnel in the beginning. And now the first heal for his hybrid troop. Most of the hybrid troops are actually going to the outside because he placed his siege barracks so far on the left side. So this isn't looking too good considering that. But now the Warden is finally following, but he's mainly following the bottom group, using the Warden ability now to have something in the Warden ability and blocking some damage, which is super needed over here. Nice last steal spell on the bomb tower and the last scatter, or like the last remaining 2 scatter shots. And Queen still alive. Another healer is going down, so this Queen charge or like this Yeti Smash entry definitely baited, like only 1 healer is still alive. And now the back end is going to be close on this one. The P.E.K.K.A. is going down on the right side, but still there are a couple of miners left which are going around the base with having the army of wizards in behind. And it's really hard to spot how many miners actually are still alive. The important thing is that this Inferno Tower is going to be killed by the last remaining miner with the last chip of his shovel. So yeah, that was an important thing. The last miner killing that Inferno Tower is super important. And now we have the miners getting into the last remaining defenses. One Archer Tower, one air defense, which is completely in, like, you don't care about that. The Inferno Tower and the cannon is still alive. And this is going to be close as hell. This Inferno Tower needs to go down. If the Inferno Tower is going down, this still has a chance to triple. The Inferno Tower is going down. The last cannon is getting killed. And this is another triple. And this is already the safe win for Tribe Gaming. So let's see what the last attacker of EVE is going to do. Well, then I still have to attack as well. So let's see. The next attacker is going to be Burak on this one. And he's coming in with the Yeti Smash on this base. So let's see how that will work. He's starting off with his Queen Rock on the left side, going for the air defense early on, and then let his Queen decide kind of on which way she wants to go, since it doesn't really matter too much where she's going, since this base is kind of the same at the top and at the bottom side, except like this Archer Tower at the left side, but that's it kind of. Now is this one Yeti, and I feel like eleVen Original really likes to funnel with those Yetis, especially if they can get rid of things like the cannons in the second row. But the bad thing about this is that there's this Tesla coming out. So we had to invest one Yeti to funnel. Then he noticed that the funnel won't be enough. So he had to invest his King, which I guess was planned for something else. And now the King ability as well, super early on, to make sure that all of the Yetis are going in. So far, everything is looking good. Like, the King had to be used on the outside, but still, Tornado Trap now is active at the bottom side. Town was activated. Warden ability perfectly used, like blocking the entire shot of the Eagles, blocking the entire damage of the town. So nicely timed on that one. Now the poison on the ice golems, which are coming out, and now the freezes for the backhand. The healers are not frozen. That's the most important thing at this point, because the healers are keeping all of the troops alive. They are so bunched up right now that the splash healing of those healers are making this attack still somehow possible. Now the Hawkers are coming in from the top side. The Queen is still alive. He has one more rage and one more freeze. And now it's up to him if he's the master of the Yeti Smash backhand, kinda as EVE check. And he's doing it with the rage for the healers. And this is causing the one healer to switch because there's no damage anymore on his Warden, and this means the healer is switching. This means the healer is keeping the Queen alive, and this Queen is now killing the enemy King. So without this rage, this attack would have not have been even close to a triple, and now we still can try to get this triple done. Couple of loons on the Tesla, Baby Jane on the right side, around about 30 seconds left to make this somehow work. Queen is going for the next wall at the top side. Meanwhile, the wizards at the top side are clearing out of the buildings. Blackman is getting soaked up by the loon. As soon as the wall is nearly finished, the Queen obviously, I mean that's kind of obvious, is switching targets to a different wall. So, well, kind of interesting on that. The Bay Dragon now is getting raged up again. Queen is finally beating through that last wall, and now she's encountering the cannon and the Warden. And this means, even though it was close, but this means this is the first triple for eleVen Original, and this means they will finish up on 11 stars. And this is, the war's over as long as I get the seconds, as long as I get the 2 stars, because I'm going to be the last attacker for Tribe Gaming. And even though I had a great Queen Charge Lado plan on this base, because it was way too risky, we decided, okay, let's just go with Queen Charge Hybrid. I should always get the 2 stars on this, and this would be the win, kinda. So the idea on this one was to do a Queen Charge, really nice and easy, into the Town Hall. Super quick first star, and then just hybrid into the second star. It had a great chance of tripling as well. And one thing which I would have to do as well, I would send in the Slammer for the top ground expo and to take care of the single Inferno Tower, like those 2 things. That would be awesome if I would get those, obviously. It would have been a really good pathing for my hybrid as well. So that's kind of the plan at the moment. Beldragon playing on the right side, the Black Mine, this was already kind of like a bad bad thing for the attack, with having the first Black Mine hitting my healers, even though I just used a Kokodoon. Basically, I got punished for using a Kokodoon. That's kind of unfortunate. But now Mark, this sneaky dude, placed the Tornado Trap to get my Queen into the town hall to make sure that my healers and everything around there is dying, getting the queen into the King Inferno Tower, and this is not looking good for me. This is looking like a complete mess. But as I froze the town hall in combination with the clan castle, I made sure that I got at least the town hall, and this means I get at least the second star with now sending in my hybrid. And that's all what I planned for, right? Like, that's all what I planned for. Let's see if I can still get triple or even close to triple. But the ice golems are still alive. I'm waiting for the ice golems to come over to my king. But there's so freaking much damage on my king that it's already kind of late for that. So I'm not just sending in my hybrid. That's it. Hoping for the best. And this should be kind of a 2-star. 10% for the last remaining hybrid troops should be enough. I still have the warden ability to use. I still have one more heal spell to use. I still have a race more to use. So that should be enough, I think. So yeah, warden ability in a second. As soon as I'm getting closer to the core, rage over there as well, and then the last heal spell for the core as well. So 2-star secured, win is in the bag, orbital attack. But I mean, all what matters is going to the or getting the victory down. So that was an important thing. Yeah, next time I will stick to Queen Chancelado, I guess. But really nice bait on this one. I didn't predict that at all. I thought like they defended the side already well enough with the queen with the out of the ground expo. So I thought like no one would do that charge, or no one would be ballsy enough. I guess I was wrong. So nice base. And still the finish line is going to be 13-11. The percentage was kind of close because of my horrible attack in the end. But still, 13-11, the first victory for us. So let's get back onto the website. It's going to be linked down below in the description. This is right now Group B. And we are right now in place number 3 because it's alphabetic. That's why. So far, all of the teams have one victory in the top 3. All of the bottom teams have like one loss. Because, like I said, this was just the first match day. There are tons and tons more match days to come. If you want to check those out live, like I said, they're going to be live streamed on Twitch on Tuesday, on Wednesday every single week, and on the Thursday I will always upload like a recap or like our match which we had in the league. So if you want to make sure to watch all of those matches, make sure to follow this channel. And if you guys would like to support me, make sure to use my credit code as well, ITSU. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow for another one. Until then, see ya and bye bye.